hold on, now we're gonna put the volume up here. So we're just playing for the first. Don't want to bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. Never too late. Don't want to bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. I want a cool, fresh wind in my hair. Life wouldn't care. I'm oak, it's oak. Don't want to bother with people that I hate. The sound has to be right. I know that that's important, okay? So when you're doing a performance, when you're doing like a performance kind of setup, I think this is more performance setup right now. It's not recording session. It's more like how do you use your equipment in order to make it work for a performance, for instance, a little bit of sound engineering going on here and playing around with the melody that I've kind of played around with before in the past, and a song that I think is absolutely fantastic. It's not about the words. The words are kind of, it's just a famous song. Okay, it's just a very, very famous song. Frank Sinatra was the original composer. Don't I get too hungry for dinner at 8. I like the theater, but never too late. Don't want to bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. Okay. Dinner at 8. That's why the lady is a tramp. I get too hungry for dinner at 8. Don't want the theater, but never too late. Don't want to bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. It's so I'll have to start. People that I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. Okay, it starts over again. Never too late. Don't want to bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is. So if you're looking for instance, if you're trying to record something and you don't have the chord progression, like at the moment I don't have the chord progression down for this piece, you can wing it a little bit with, if you know the key signature, and if you understand where you're placing your hand and reading a little bit of music. So theory, like I said, you do have to know your theory in order to get to the stage. This is not beginners. This is definitely intermediate work at play. It's not, you don't start here. You start from the beginning. This is a whole different subject. Okay? So I'm not gearing towards young people. I'm gearing towards people that are already advanced who want to learn beyond just a basic song. Okay? But this is kind of playing around with both. So reading the notes and playing the melody and kind of utilizing the melody and probably adjusting it. So this could be readjusted into your own song. You have to kind of use it from, you have to use it as a platform or an idea. Okay. So I know a little, okay. Back to the beginning again. I get too hungry. I like the theater, but never too late. I get too hungry for dinner at 8. I like the theater, but never too late. I never bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. Okay, so now that we have some sort of idea, let's try to change it around and not use but something similar. Then you can start recording it for yourself. Stop this. Let's hear what this sounds like. So two hands are playing this. Okay, like I said, you could always break this down and learn this part. If you really want to, you can kind of play around with many different ways to do this. Okay, so there are a couple of ways you can do this. If you like that and I like that sound, you can use that, recreate it, and actually play it in some form. This part needs, yeah, you could probably do that, and then sing the melody. Okay, so we're not going to do that right now. Okay, so we're going to do this one more time. I get too hungry for dinner at 8. I like the theater, but never too late. Don't want to bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is a friend. Fresh wind in my hair, life wouldn't care. I'm oak, it's broke, don't want to bother with people that I hate. That's why the lady is around. We're gonna just record this part since I haven't recorded it yet. Press record. So we need a few sittings to get this right, but I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Okay, so then what you do is you transfer this. Wait, let's work a little bit more on the sound, okay? I know I'm not showing you what I'm doing here, but it's okay. I don't like that. Okay, so let's try one more loop. It's easier to work on the tracks with the instruments on Logic. That's what I've noticed. GarageBand just gives you the basic loops that you can actually move over, which is great. Okay, so that will come in sections. So let's try that. Okay, so oh, I like that. So I didn't play it at the top. So this has been saved. Let's see if we have the name here. Let's create a name. Let's say A flat major. So we're going to change the name. Before we do this, A flat major off of The Lady is a Tramp. Okay, and now that you got the basics there, that is going to convert to, let's go to Logic. It's going to open up A flat major. Okay, so it transferred. Open. With Logic. Okay, so now it's going to open. Let's see what the difference is with sound. Quality's a bit better too. Oh, where's that coming from? So that transferred directly. So it's always, so my recommendation to doing Logic is to literally start with GarageBand and then from there switch over, once you're happy with the part, switch over to Logic. Okay, and then Logic will open it automatically. I'm happy with the sound. It sounds very similar to what I'm working on. Now we're going to get a keyboard together. And we're going to move. And the quality, oddly enough, the quality of the keyboard is even better. So that's a general idea. So the recommendation to use the other instruments to get it done properly is to move down into Logic. Let's record, let's record this, okay? Okay, I'm gonna concentrate over here. So we're gonna go. People try to rush to get into Logic, but I think the important part is to understand how the technical side of GarageBand works, because I still use it to get general ideas. On the larger scaled desktop, I would generally just go straight into Logic because everything's there and it's all accessible and I can see everything. But the quality of the keyboard and the other instruments seem to be a little bit more solid and less uncomfortable on Logic, just as a informative kind of information. So let's see what we got. You can always go back and adjust. Okay. You can have the accents. It sounds more like a piano. Okay. Just a general idea. You can always go back and adjust. In the same way I've done editing on, let's see what we can do here. Edit. Show editor. Okay. So you can go back in and edit. It just says, when you say edit, you say show edit. And you can go through this from beginning to end and take out the parts that you don't want. Just like the Logic Pro on the computer. You just go in and, let's say, okay, so you can move this around, okay, and then every time you hit one of those buttons on Logic. But this was just a small introduction of how to use GarageBand into Logic and how you can record better instruments from Logic Pro. I wouldn't recommend using the instruments on GarageBand. Test it out, use that for like experimenting. Only start recording once you have the Logic and you place it in there. So they do have a microphone, but I don't know how good the quality is of the microphone. So maybe recording like I have this, maybe what you do is you put this in, like you take it apart, you put the mic into the Logic with, I have an adapter here, an adapter over here, and then record maybe with a small mic. I don't think one of these will work. So that's it for the class. That's it. It's a long process. It usually takes hours to compose a composition, not just play the piece and work on it on the computer, but that's, you know, it could take weeks. It takes, like I said before, it takes months. And even just to understand how theory works in order to make this work, you gotta learn the basics. I'm sorry to say, I hate to tell you guys, talent doesn't just happen. Talent happens with skill. Skill happens with practice. And practice happens with consistency. And that's how it goes. This is how life is. It's not just snap your fingers and voila, I have a piece. No. Focus on sections at a time. Start from the ground zero. I've done this for many years. I'm not just like eyeballing it. I've learned the whole process. I've had over 50-something kids in classes a day. And that's where I am right now. It's just what I do. And I've had projects and I've put projects together and exhibitions and shows and all of that stuff. So for me, this comes naturally. This is like, let's figure this out with the situation I'm in right now. Yeah, that's just how it works. And don't just expect to have this stuff understood and created overnight. It does not happen like that. You really need to learn the basics. If you want to learn the basics, join me in private classes online. I have them on Fiverr. I have very different classes. I have from beginner's music, I have intermediate music, I have graphic design classes, I have art classes, I have fashion design ideas, conceptual concepts, photography, you name it. I've set it together where I've put on a setup for myself on Fiverr. I don't like to go off Fiverr because I've had complications before and it's just safer for me, and I know that it's secure and safe on Fiverr, and that's where I'll be placed. I've taught in large places before, but I no longer teach there because the hygiene, I'm like a hygiene, and I'll put the list down of the classes and courses that I take once again below this video. And I'll speak to everybody in the next one. Arigatou gozaimashita, matashita sayonara, which is goodbye in Japanese. Thank you for coming over. And then janai bye-bye, which is just the shorter term of goodbye in Japanese. And like I said, my music is not, when I compose, I'm thinking of a larger construct. My dream was to create music for animation. So my fulfillment of developing that, I mean, I can even be the animator now, which is great. AI helps with that process. As an artist, it makes things a lot easier. So I'm going to utilize AI with fine arts and graphic design into creating like a storyboard and then creating the music for anime, like animation in Japanese. And that's where I am right now. So I'll either see you guys in a class. Please be cognizant of my pricing because the pricing is not in other countries. It's in the United States, and living in the States is far more expensive than a lot of the other countries out there. So just bear in mind that these are the things that one has to consider. Or join me on Facebook, and then there you have it. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Thanks.